Hello, thanks for coming by. So this video is about flexing your character. So I've had some participants sending me their UID and their character name that they want to flex, and we will have a look at them together and judge the builds that they've done. Of course, sometimes I might be a little hard on it, but it's because now we have, elixirs, phasers. If you really want to make a perfect build for a character, I think you can. So that's the kind of characters that I want to see. I want to be surprised and astonished. So I hope we can have some of that today. Anyway, let's dive into it right now. Just 1 second, I forgot to mention, I'm currently doing a special giveaway. So the link is in the description if you want. It's going through one of my posts because we are almost reaching the 1000 subscribers, and I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, this giveaway is to give you a little something to my little community. So yeah, have a look at it. Okay, so let's check out this Furina from Project Phantom. So it looks like a very good Furina already. It's a top 0.62% Akasha, so it's quite promising. Now, is it at my taste? So this Furina is running with the signature weapon. So we obviously need an energy recharge sand in that case. This Furina is Constellation 1. Okay, Constellation 1. And it doesn't have an energy recharge sand. I don't know if I should continue. I'm sorry, Project Phantom, but this is already very eliminatory for me. Simply because Furina can't ult. Okay, you are top 0.62% Akasha, but only as a vape DPS. But that's not the main point of Furina. As long as you're not C6, I don't think you want to play Furina main DPS, really. It's quite sad that you don't have energy recharge to play her as a sub DPS support in a lot of teams. So maybe this is your way of playing Furina and you like it this way. I understand. But in my case, I can't really judge this Furina correctly, because for me, a good Furina is a Furina that is oriented in sub DPS buffer for her team. So running signature weapon with HP percent sand is really complicated. You can't really do that usually. Your artifacts are quite good. You have good crit damage, 80%, energy recharge, crit damage, 80% energy recharge again. The goblet is good as well. It's an HP percent one. Okay. Why not? So you have a high HP value, but that's mainly because you have 2 HP percent piece that shouldn't be HP percent. So for goblet you could have hydro percentage goblet, and for the sand you should have energy recharge sand. And then for the headset you have crit damage, quite high HP percent, and energy recharge. So it's not a bad Furina. It's a good one as a DPS, but if you had here an energy recharge sand. You could already play her as a sub DPS because you would get quite close to her energy recharge threshold. So in this case, your HP would get quite lower, maybe 36k, 37k, something like that. In that case, I think it would be quite nice and still a good Furina. However, there is a lot of piece where you're missing crit value. You have a lot of crit damage substats, but not a lot of crit substats. So that makes it harder to reach a good, like a better crit damage value. Here you have a lot of crit damage, but it's also because you have this signature weapon that gives a lot of crit damage. So if you didn't have that, it would be quite more complicated to have actually good crit values. Yeah, like your artifacts are not the best for the crit values. And yeah, since you are going above the crit damage threshold of 200%, it would be way more balanced if you could have the closest possible to 100% crit. Yeah, some piece like the flower or the feather, if you could have crit values, purely crit substats instead of crit damage substats, I think it would be better. Anyway, I can't really keep this Furina as a good example, but yeah, you know why. Thank you for your participation. Now we have a Noelle from Noelle Simp, as known also as Helena U in-game, which is top 0.15% Akasha, top 230 row. This is wild. Yeah, the Noelle is not Constellation 6, but honestly, I don't think that matters, because, well, first of all, we don't judge from the constellations of the characters, but also because the damage that the constellation gives are not really that impactful for Noelle. She has her signature weapon, a quite good defense stat, and very good crit value overall. Even if the balance is not the best, it's still very good. We have a geo damage bonus goblet, which is very great as well. And yeah, what can I say? It looks very good. It looks very good. I think this is a very, very invested Noelle, and a lot of substats are probably useful, but it looks like it hasn't been very lucky in the substat roles. Looking at the artifact colors, let's see. Let's have a look. So the flower has a crit damage, energy recharge. That's great. Oh, just one note. I don't really know what is the energy recharge requirement for Noelle. I'm guessing it's fine because you play her like mono geo teams. But let me know in the comments, maybe it's not enough, I don't know. Maybe you need 120 or something like that. I'll judge and I'll be based on the fact that this energy recharge is enough. So we have crit damage, crit rate, and energy recharge. Okay, no defense stats, but the crit values are quite okay, are very good indeed, actually, like amazing. Defense percent, everything has proc in the crits. So it's a 3 natives. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only 4 procs. So this could be with one more proc. if we want to perfect, but it's still a very, very good piece. Then we have a defense and with crit damage, very nice as well. The goblet is an offset goblet. Wait, what? Come on, you don't have better? I'm sure you have something better. Just give her like something else. Another Geo goblet that is better than this. Without the 2 elemental mastery procs. You give her some defense or crit values instead and she's godlike. Why do you have this one? And it's an offset. Oh, this is so sad. I mean, if you change this, she's probably like top 10 or something like that. Oh no, I'm so sad. It's so close from perfection. So close. And yeah, the last one. So it's a crit circlet with good crit damage, defense percent. Okay, 1 proc, HP percent that we maybe could change, but that's fine. Oh, this is so sad. Like, I wish you had something else. Really, really, really. Okay, so it's very close from perfection. I'm very, very happy of this build. I just wish the elemental mastery here was something else on, yeah, 80%. But yeah, very nice Noel though. Very nice one. So if by any chance you don't have enough energy recharge, you have 3 substats here that you could remove and get some energy recharge. So you can, when you change your goblet, your goblet, you can basically have more energy recharge on crit values if you want. So I guess, yeah, it's quite easy to upgrade your Noel if you really want to. Make it very, very, very close to perfection. Thank you very much for this. It's a good one. I like it. Thank you. Now, we have an Alhaitham from Leonardo, known as Eudor in-game. Well, first there is one thing that strikes at my eyes. It's this crit damage number. Excuse me? What is this? 261 crit damage? And it's not like everything else is unbalanced, you know? Like, I see energy recharge, I see crits, I see elemental mastery. How is this possible? Oh my god. I liked a lot Alhaitham, like, he was one of my favorite characters. But now that I see this, I'm like, I think my Alhaitham is poor. So, yeah, very good ranking. So we have crit damage. So crit is quite high. Okay, 1 proc in attack flat, but I guess that's fine. Then we have crit damage, some elemental mastery. Elemental mastery sound with crit damage, a lot of procs into the crit damage. Another attack flat, okay. Goblet with crit damage, elemental mastery. So it's a Dendro goblet, of course. Yeah, the procs are where we want. So this is the offset piece, and then we have a third attack flat and energy recharge, crit damage. Well, it's a very good Alhaitham, a very, very good Alhaitham. I'm still surprised that he can be this good with 3 procs that went off. But yeah, amazing, amazing. So he's getting most of his energy recharge from here, and then he had some basic energy recharge substats. So that's great. That's great. Often a lot of our items are just ignoring the energy recharge, and then you can't really rotate well with him without his ult. So I like that he's going above the 120% energy recharge here. The elemental mastery is slightly low. We could have 350 or something like that for an ally item for a better balance. But it's still a very, very great one. I like it. I like it very much. It's not perfect, but I like it. Well, if by any chance you still want to upgrade him, I would try maybe to get his crit damage a little lower and a little more elemental mastery, and maybe 2 or 4 crit percentage more. I think he would be better balanced, and he might get even higher ranking if you do that. But yeah, you have to be very lucky on the artifacts. Maybe you don't want to invest much more on him. Thank you for this participation. So next one we have a Nefer for I am noob and bot. I don't think there is a ranking dashboard yet for Nefer on Akasha, but we can still see her build. So let's see. Well, first of all, she's not yet level 90, so we'll have to take that into account. Okay, now looking at the stats. So she's running signature weapon, so the crit damage is going quite high. That's normal. The crit value is quite good, is really quite good. So I don't know with what team this Nefer is being played, but if you're playing her only with Loma or only with Nahida, you want to reach the 60% crit rate, so this is good. I think this is quite close. And if you're playing her with both, you can go at 50%, but yeah, you don't always maybe want to play both Loma and Nahida with Nefer. However, the elemental mastery is, I think it's a little low. Maybe like, I think you can get more like 700, something like that. Yeah, I guess it's fine, because here you don't have the Dendro Resonance taking into account. So yeah, with the Dendro Resonance, I guess you're getting quite close to 700. So we have Elemental Mastery, crit damage, low procs, but still, and crit. Okay, that's a good piece. That's a good piece. Not a 4-stat natives, but good piece. And then we have crit damage, crit, no elemental mastery here. That's a little sad for Feather, especially that it's still not a 4-stat native. Next for the Sun we have a crit damage. That's an amazing one, that's a good one. 4-stat natives with all the procs where we want. And then we have the Goblet, elemental mastery. Very good. Crit damage. Yeah, that's good. Goblet is really nice as well. And then the Circlet, which is a crit damage with crit, elemental mastery, and 2 HP flat procs. This piece is, yeah, this piece is a no-go. We can see that he's been trying to change this piece procs once, but yeah, I think this has potential. You should try more to feather it and get the procs in crit and elemental mastery, that's for sure. But the feather, yeah, it's a good Nefer. It's a very good Nefer, but not the best I've seen so far. Two main reasons is that the flower and the feather are not 4 stats native, and we are missing elemental mastery here, and because of this circlet. Once these 2 points are corrected, I think this will be an awesome Nefer because of this sand that is really great, and the goblet that is really fine as well. Still a nice one though, better than mine I think, because the crit values are better. I'm very unlucky with my Nefer artifacts so far. I'm a little jealous from this Nefer, but yeah, I'm not really being thrown off my chair. Thank you for your participation. It's a good one though. Okay, so this is probably the one before the last. We have a Kamisato Ayaka from Rick. It's a Constellation 6 Ayaka. So I guess it's a fan of her, but we won't take into account the constellation, except if constellation gives crit rate, crit damage or something like that, but it's not the case for Ayaka, so it won't really affect her build. So she has her signature weapon. So the crit rate is very, well, it's not very low, but it's low. Okay, let's have a look at the artifacts first. We have some attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge. This flower is amazing for Ayaka. I like it very much. The feather, crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge again. We don't have attack percent, but I guess it's quite good. I think it's quite good. I'm still surprised that you don't have something better, because it's not a 4 stats native, it's 3 stats, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 procs here, not 5. And it's not the perfect substat, you're missing attack percent, while this is an offset, you know. So when you have like flower or feather as offset, I would prefer having everything perfect. Well, it's still a good feather. And then we have a sand, attack percent sand, perfect, with a crit rate, crit damage. And we can't have much more except from energy recharge, but we've had on other piece, so it's not that bad. And then we have a goblet, cryo damage goblet with a lot of not a lot of, I thought this was crit rate, but no. So this is crit damage, crit rate. The crit damage procs are a bit low. So it's a 5. It's a 5 proc, so it's a 4 stats native. For a goblet, it's quite good. It's quite rare, even if you don't have attack percent. I think this has a good potential of feathering, rerolling to get rid of the HP flat and attack flat. If you really like your Ayaka, I think this has potential to be even better. I would try. Anyway, this is so-so right now. Low procs and 2 off procs, so I don't like it very much. And then we have the circlet with energy recharge, good attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, perfect, but 2 procs into attack flat, so that's a little sad as well. If we can remove these 2, it would be very nice. Overall, I think your Ayaka has a lot of potential. You have good pieces, but you don't have the correct procs. So I see that you have. I don't think you've used any feather on her, because usually there is like an icon saying like it has been rerolled once or twice or something. But yeah, if you really like her, because you've got her Constellation 6, so I guess you do, I think you could do something with at least these two pieces. And maybe find another Fraser that has also attack percent, and she would be amazing. Right now, I'm not very convinced. She's very good. She will have a lot of damage. She's Constellation 6. Her stats are okay. They're good, but I don't want to say perfect. It's not perfect. The attack is okay, even though you can reach the 2k1. Yeah, more than 2k1, you can do that usually quite easily if you have more attack percent procs. And the crit rate is low. What I mean by that is that Ayaka has the 15% crit rate bonus from the cryo team bonus, of course, and 40% from the set. But actually the 40% from the set is only viable against little, like, normal class monsters or elite monsters that can freeze, but not against bosses, because the boss doesn't freeze. You can apply cryo on it, but it doesn't freeze. So it's actually not 40, but 20. So if you only add like 35% crit rate total to this, well, it's not that high, especially because you have a lot of crit damage. The crit damage is getting lost because you are not even close to 100% crit rate. So yeah, I would try to balance this a little more, like even if you lower your crit damage, if you get your crit rate higher, overall your Ayaka will be better. And I have a doubt on the energy recharge. I can't say how you play her, but in practice, with my Ayaka, I know that I have like 160 energy recharge, and I barely get my ult every rotation correctly. 127 I feel is a bit low, even though I understand that with the Constellation 6 you would play a lot of charged attacks, on with Shenhe and everything, like the charge attack is still very strong. I'm not a Constellation 6 Ayaka player, so I don't know if you really need to ult every rotation or if you can just play as it is. But I still would like to play ult every rotation, I think, even if the charge attack are stronger with the Constellation 6 for a better damage output. So I guess, yeah, these two stats, crit rate and energy recharge, are not enough. And that's probably why you are only this 6.8% on Akasha. But you have a lot of place on margin to optimize and get better things here. So yeah, that's it, I think. It's a good Ayaka still. I thank you for the participation. Okay, lastly we have a Flynn's Constellation 6, I think, from Chichao. Yeah, Constellation 6, so nice. And level 95. Okay, let's have a look. He has his signature weapon, so crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and even a little elemental mastery. That's cool, that's cool. So the offset is on the feather with a crit rate, crit damage. So no attack percent, but a little bonus of elemental mastery. And the crit value is quite high, so I think that's fine, even if it's an offset. Well, for an offset, as always, I would like to have all the stats that we need. So attack percent missing, but why not? Next one, the sand. Attack percent sun, perfect, with crit rate, crit damage, very high crit damage, on 1 proc on HP percent. That's, yeah, I guess that's fine. I haven't seen any energy recharge for now. Do you see it coming? Okay, goblet, attack percent, perfect, because we don't want electro goblet. Crit rate, crit damage, and again, HP percent, 1 proc. It's good, it's still very good. We're just a little sad about 2 HP percent procs overall. And then we have crit damage, crit rate, attack percent. Amazing. Where is the energy? Hello, please give me some energy. Don't tell me he's 100. Oh my god, he's 100%. Wait, am I missing something? Like, is the constellation giving some energy that I don't know? Nope. 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 So, 100% energy recharge. I need to know how this Flint is being played, because I don't see how you can have enough energy for the 3 mini ults every rotation. For me, it's not possible. You need at least 120, at least the minimum. And then if you want a Flint that's playable also in Stygian, you would like to have 125, 130 for comfort. But 100? No way. No way, no way. Okay, otherwise the attack is great. So above 2.6k is good. So yeah, the attack is good. We have some extra elemental mastery. That's good as well. It's always a little damage output more. And the crit rate is perfectly fine. We want something as close as possible to the 70%. This is great. This is great because the set is giving 30. And the crit damage is high. But yeah, why do we have such high attack percent and crit damage? Simply because we don't have energy recharge. So having damage is good, but if you can't deal damage because you can't cast your spells, it doesn't mean much. So I don't know what to think of this Flint. It's a good one, I guess, but I don't think it's a playable one. If you're playing like 3 Favonius, maybe it's playable, but I'm not even sure. Anyway, I'm not, yeah, I can't be surprised, sorry. Maybe I'm judging too hard on this session, but there are too many things that are eliminatory or just unlucky, I would say. Thank you for your participation, ciao. So that's it. I think we are done with this flex review. We have had some quite good builds. I'm still happy of what we've seen. Of course, you might say that my judgment is very hard, but I'm doing this flex because I want to see like perfect builds. And of course there is eliminatory factors such as energy recharge or crit values, crit rate especially. But yeah, I don't know everything about your teams and how you play your character, so maybe for you it's playable and that's perfectly fine. I'm just with my own point of view and I can also be wrong. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this format and see you around on another one. Bye bye.